What's up guys, Steve here with another stimulus and unemployment update, and we have a huge deadline quickly approaching us, and that is December 11th. That's pretty much going to be the last day we're going to see Congress be able to pass a stimulus relief bill alongside the government funding bill. Now we have some people saying they're very optimistic that we're going to see stimulus passed alongside that. However, we are hearing some people say they're very skeptical and they think simply the government budget is going to be the primary focus. So I'm going to get you caught up as to where we currently stand with that in Congress alongside stimulus negotiations, the current status of unemployment, and state and local government funding, free money that's available to you right now while we wait for Congress to pass the next stimulus package. So I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as to where things currently stand as of today, Monday, November the 30th. Happy Cyber Monday. Hope that you and your family had a blessed Thanksgiving. But before I dive into the details, if you like and appreciate these videos, if you could do me a quick favor, it'll just take a second. Be sure to smash the like button. I would appreciate it. Smashing the like button, leaving comments, and sharing these videos out to anybody who you think might need to see them. It helps out my channel. Thank you so much. And also, if you'd like to stay up to date on everything rolling out, be sure to smash the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way as soon as I upload videos, you can get notified right away. And if you don't already, be sure to follow me as well on Instagram at SteveRam3. So as I mentioned, December 11th is pretty much going to be the deadline for us to get that government funding and stimulus taken care of before the end of the year. Now, even though Congress is going to be back in session this week, the House of Representatives is not going to be returning for voting until Wednesday. So they're going to have a very brief window of opportunity to get a whole lot of stuff done because very soon they're going to be going back on break for Christmas. Now, Nancy Pelosi did address this and said she would like to see the House of Representatives stay longer if necessary into break to get stuff done. Now, we did hear from House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer over the weekend, who said that Congress continues to negotiate regarding the government funding, the stimulus, and the annual defense authorization. And he said that right now, though, stimulus needs to be a top priority since elections have passed, and they really need to focus on getting something done before the end of the year. And he said, even if the amount of the overall price tag is something lower than what Nancy Pelosi was hoping for, that it is top priority right now for us to get some stimulus relief to our country. Now, regarding government funding and the budget, if we don't have a bill passed by December 11th, we could potentially be looking at a government shutdown. However, we've already received word that lawmakers pretty much have an agreement on the overall price tag, and they're just working out the details currently at this time. And it seems like when it comes to Congress's money, they get stuff done. The question is, are they going to be able to take out time to focus on stimulus to provide money for the rest of America, as we are still looking to get some PPP funding for small businesses, some enhanced extended unemployment benefits for the 20 million Americans that are currently unemployed, stimulus checks, and other provisions to help stimulate our economy through this pandemic crisis. Now, at this moment, the opinions on whether or not we're going to see stimulus passed alongside the government funding is kind of split. Link in the description below to this article that reads the following. It's unclear whether any stimulus measures will accompany the government funding package. Senate Republicans have been increasingly pessimistic about attaching pandemic relief to the spending bill, while Democrats have remained somewhat optimistic. Quote, "We have been working on the omnibus bill, and I thought that would be a good segue into pandemic relief," House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said Friday during her weekly press conference. Let's hope that it is. Now, we have heard current sitting President Donald Trump say that he would like to see a big, bold, and beautiful stimulus package passed, and if by chance one came by his desk before the end of the year, he would be more than happy to sign it into law. Now, we also have heard from Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and the Democrats saying they would like to see the HEROES Act passed, and they are standing strong at a $2.4 trillion overall price tag for stimulus. However, Republicans, led by Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, are saying they would like to see something more focused and targeted on specific pandemic relief. And they're saying they would like to see something more around the price of $500 billion, providing unemployment, PPP funding for small businesses, and other more targeted relief. And we recently heard from Republican Senator Roy Blunt, who blames Nancy Pelosi for our lack of a stimulus package agreement. And he said we could have had stimulus quite some time ago if she was more willing to negotiate and come down on her price and not so stubborn, standing strong at $2.4 trillion. And he made the argument that even half of that amount, if we came down to $1.2 trillion just to appease Republicans and come to an agreement, that would be a significant amount of stimulus that could help out America at this time. And then he said, why not do that that, and then after the first of the year, as we go into 2021, then make the argument for the second half. So at this time, he's currently blaming Nancy Pelosi. Now, a lot of people say that she's not the only one to blame, but he's saying she's the primary person. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, economists are saying that we need to get some stimulus provisions out before the end of the year right away, or as we enter 2021, we could be looking at a double dip recession. As they're saying, a lot of the provisions that were provided in the CARES Act are going to be expiring at the end of the year. Now, this includes PUA, which is the expansion of unemployment benefits to the self-employed and independent contractors, and PEUC, which extends the duration that unemployment benefits can be collected for an additional 13 weeks. They're saying there's currently about 14 million people on these two programs that are going to be ending at the end of the year, and 14 million people could see the end of their unemployment benefits pretty much overnight. In addition to that, the eviction moratorium is set to expire at the end of the year as well. So we're going to be needing to see some sort of stimulus provisions to help us through this time, as we're also hearing that cases across the nation are continuing to increase along with deaths. And we set an all-time new record high of 205,000 new cases in a single day in the United States. So at this time, we're looking towards Congress to pass that next stimulus package to help us out, as we received word that 778,000 new unemployment claims were filed last week. In addition to that, there's about 20 million people unemployed in the United States, and we've received word that over the course of this pandemic, about 40% of the working population at one time or another has been unemployed. So we need to see some relief coming out from Congress right away. But as we wait, I've mentioned here on the channel several times, there are currently new state, county, and city programs popping up all over the place, as $150 billion was allocated from the CARES Act to provide state and local government funding. And they have until the end of the year to use it, or they lose it. And a lot of it has been untouched. So new programs are popping up all over the place. Here is a screenshot from Google News for rental assistance. And I just took this today, and you can see some of the new programs that are popping up. So be sure to go onto Google News, look up your city, your county, your state, look for stimulus checks, rental assistance, unemployment assistance, all of the things that are available to you at this time that you might need. And be sure to check out some of my previous videos, as I've mentioned some of these programs that are available to you. I've mentioned that there's a new program popping up in LA that's going to be offering $800 for basic needs. Also, $1,200 to the unemployed in New Mexico after you exhaust your unemployment benefits. Orange County, Florida has offered several rounds of stimulus checks to the residents, and we're beginning to see rental assistance, utility programs, food programs popping up in cities, counties, and states across the nation. So a lot of people aren't even aware that this is available to them at this time. Make sure that you know about it, because it's for limited times and for limited amounts. They only have a small budget available to them. So make sure that you know what's available, and as things pop up, I'll be sure to let you know here on the channel. Well, you guys, Congress is back in session this week, and I'm hoping that I'm going to have some good news to report to you regarding stimulus alongside the government budget. So as that comes out, I'll be sure to share here on the channel so that way you're up to date on what's unfolding. But if you haven't already and you like and appreciate these videos, if you could do me a quick favor, be sure to smash the like button. It helps out the channel. Thank you so much. And also, to stay up to date on everything as it comes out, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way as soon as I upload, you can be notified right away. And if you don't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. Well, you guys, I hope this reaches you well. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.